Good morning, everybody. How are you today? I am Sarah, the founder of Flow with Me, and it's a pleasure for me today to be here with all of you. Thermomix, UK, and Ireland have given me the opportunity to spend a bit of time with you today, cooking in my virtual kitchen, and it's a fantastic opportunity for you to learn new recipes. Today, we're going to be making Spanish turrón. So where are you guys based? Where are you watching from? I'm in Cork in Ireland, 3 hours drive from Dublin, but I'm Spanish. So today I'm going to invite you to travel the world with me. So I would like to know where you are. Hi guys, lovely to see you, Desiree. I have people joining from all different parts of the world, and it's fantastic to see that. But with a new normal, we get to travel the world and go to many places. And what about trying it from the kitchen? Okay, with different flavors, with different recipes, different ideas. Yes, we can maybe get on a plane and go where we would like to go, to sunny Spain maybe today. But what about if for the next few minutes that we're going to be together, we imagine we are in sunny Spain, having maybe a cerveza, going for a pincho or something, and we'll get to spend some time together. So I have people from France, from Donegal, Dublin, Dubai. Oh, fantastic. All around the world. I can see you guys are joining from Cork as well. Thank you guys for joining. This is great. So why I'm here today? So I am Sarah. I am the founder of a wellness company called Flow With Me, where I help my clients with their mental and the physical well-being. So we look at doing chair yoga. For those of you that have never done yoga before and you want to try, is with the support of a chair. So it's a fantastic way for people with reduced mobility. I also teach and have a fantastic community here in Cork with my beloved Thermomix. We do a lot of healthy recipes. And then I also use my techniques as a life coach, a qualified life coach, to look at the mindset, which is quite important. And I find with the Thermomix, that's one of the things that we all do, is change your mindset, because the way we cook is very different. So today I'm going to invite you to join me, and we are going to go to Spain. And again, open your mind. Let's try. Look, we have people as well from Spain and from Madrid. That's fantastic. I'm from Madrid as well. So welcome everybody. What are we going to make today? We're going to make 2 recipes. I'm going to show you 2 recipes that I chose that were fantastic for different reasons. One is granola, for those of you that maybe buy it. I'm going to show you how easy it is to make, and you can make different variations. And then we're going to use a little bit of the granola, I have it here already, for making the Spanish turrón. So I'm going to give you a little bit of history about turrón. Turrón is very popular dessert or a sweet, a delicatessen even, eaten at Christmas time. Around, you have it after dinner with your family, and it comes from back in the Middle Ages when the Moors were in Spain, and they gave it to their staff as a present. So the employers gave it as a delicatessen to congratulate them for the great work they did for the year. And actually, in fact, if you are in Spain, a lot of you still get the Christmas hamper, and turrón will be on it. I tell you, it depends on the part of Spain that you're on. You're going to have different styles, different types, from hard turrón to soft turrón. For example, Alicante, we travel to Alicante today if you want the hard, or if you want the soft, will be more Gijona, and that's a bit chewy. So today we're going to make a chocolate one, and I'll give you different ideas of how to make it plant-based. So we're going to start making the granola first. I'm going to go on to my Thermomix. I was selecting the recipes I was going to cook today. So as you know, you can do a weekly planner where you have the recipes you're going to be cooking every day. So we're going to go to my week. And the first recipe I have for today is the granola. Granola is a really easy recipe, a couple of steps, and I'll show you really quickly. So on the Thermomix, on the TM6, and by the way, the recipes I'm going to be making today are for both TM5, TM6, and TM31. So if you have any of the models, you'll be able to cook it. And they are in Cookie Do. The granola one is from the vegan collection. Search for it in recipes, or you can go as well, if you filter down with the little arrow, granola will be a great one as well. If you look at the collections, you'll find it there. I'm going to start cooking, so I click on my touch screen, preheat the oven, because we're going to be putting the oven, the granola, for 15 minutes. So I'll have that ready in a tray. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put 100 grams of different nuts. So my scales are already on, as you can see, and I'm going to start with 100 grams there. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining. So I got the scales, and I'm going to start with my nuts. I have a mixture. I have almonds, I have also cashews, and I have also hazelnuts. So I'm going to put them there, or if you have walnuts as well, you could put them. So 100 grams. There we go. I'm going to click next. And the first thing we're going to do is you're going to be chopping for 2 seconds at a speed 6. So everything is set up for me. It's a guided cooking recipe, so I don't even have to set up anything in the screen. All for me. All I have to do is move the dial to speed 2. So it's done. My nuts are fresh at speed 6. So I have them ready. All of it. So I go next. And I'm going to put them into a large bowl. I'm going to be using the Thermometers. So for those of you that are watching from Australia, you guys are very lucky you have the Thermometers. So it's a fantastic, fantastic addition to my Thermomix. What else am I going to do? So we're going to be weighing the rest of the ingredients. So that's the good thing of the Thermomix. You can actually weigh the ingredients outside of the bowl. So you can put a plate. You see the way I'm putting the lid on? You could put a plate or a bowl. I'm going to put in this case the thermoserver. I'm going to click there. And it's asking me for 200 grams of raw oats. Let's add the oats. 250. With the quantity we're making today, we're going to have 3 jars of like the one I have here. Okay, like this one. So it's fantastic to have for your breakfast. Airtight, keep them, and they will last for a long, long time in the covers. Or I'll show you later how you can also sterilize the jars. It's a fantastic in the aroma. I have the oats, the spelt flakes. So let me add spelt flakes. I have 100 grams. As you can see, with Thermomix, it's so easy. I don't have to prep, and all I'm going to have to wash is going to be my Thermomix at the end, and it actually pre-cleans, so that's even better. I have quinoa flakes or buckwheat as well, or in this case, I'm going to use puff rice. And this is one of the things I love about the scales are already a syrup, so I just start putting the 50 grams. You can adapt the recipes to yourselves. Maybe someone in the family has maybe an intolerance or is maybe allergic to certain ingredients. Well, you can always change it. We can also add 40 grams of pumpkin seeds. So I have pumpkin seeds and also sunflower. And the sunflower is the next one. So it's 40 and 40. So I'm going to skip and I'm going to go and put 80. Okay. In total, once I have it, 80 grams. Very easy. Linseed seeds or sesame seeds or chia seeds is what I had today. So I'm going to use the chia seeds, 10 grams. Again, my scales are on. There we go. And that's it. So now I'm going to mix all with my spatula in my thermoserver. So as you can see, I have seeds, I have nuts, and I have the different, if you wanted, in this case, I had the oats. You could also add, if you wanted to make a fruity, maybe dates or apricots, or maybe dry mango. I love dry mango. Or even if you wanted maybe raisins or sultanas. And the next step, what we're going to do is now is when we're going to be cooking. So we're going to put 200 grams. Okay, let me put 200 grams of maple syrup. I have maple syrup today, which is a bit more liquidy than agave syrup. So if you prefer it thicker, I would say try the agave syrup instead of the maple syrup. You can find it in a lot of the health shops as well. Okay, so I have there 94, 100, 200. Fantastic. And I have the agave syrup as well. I got it as well yesterday, but today I thought, you know what, I'll do it with the maple syrup instead. What else we're going to do? We're going to put 40 grams of coconut oil. So that is a bit more than a spoon. Let me have this spoon on. 20, so it's a spoon and maybe a spoon and a half. There we got 41. Oh my God, I'm so accurate today. It's fantastic. And ground cinnamon, a teaspoon. If you don't like cinnamon, I know some of you prefer maybe vanilla or cardamom. That would be another one as well that you could. I'm gonna put teaspoon. Also, if you wanted, what you could do instead of the teaspoon, you can go into your screen, look at the 3 dots at the very top, and you have the scale. So you can also weigh the 5-7 grams that you can put for a teaspoon. Okay, so remember the 3 dots at the very top of the recipe, or you can go into the home and use the scales as well. So let me continue with the recipe. I'll go a little bit of a pinch of sea salt. So, fantastic. So I have the sea salt here. And put in my lid and my top as well. And all we're going to do now is for the next 3 minutes is going to be cooking for speed to 100 degrees, which is one of the reasons I love my Thermomix, because I always control the time, control the temperature, and control the speed. So no matter what, I love it. Like the way I see it is like cooking in a laboratory, where you are always controlling everything, so you know exactly how it's going to be, and the end result time after time is fantastic. And that's why I like it to combine it with my life coaching, because you face fears, you face situations that maybe before you would haven't done. I would have never done a life in my life until I started doing Thermomix sessions, and we have a great community here in Cork where we do a lot of classes. And with the new normal, we couldn't meet people face to face, so we couldn't do the classes that we used to do. So instead, we have to be resourceful, think of different ways, and we started doing cooking classes virtually, where sometimes it's cook along, so the clients come, everybody has their Thermomix, we log in into Zoom, and we get to all cook at the same time. And you'll find that a lot of people would have the same challenges that you have. Sometimes it's not facing, and the kitchen is a really safe environment, because let's be honest, if it goes wrong, only you will know, or maybe your family when they taste the food, but in a good way, because it gives you that security and that control, that then when you go out there with a world and you try things for the first time, you have built that self-confidence in yourself. So to give you an idea today, why did I choose this recipe? Well, more than likely, I won't be able to go to Spain this year and spend Christmas with my family face to face. I will through probably FaceTime or Zoom or one of the apps, but I was able to make the turrón. What happens is turrón, to give you an idea, 15 million tons of turrón are made in Spain every year, and eaten, most of it, 90% I say, is around Christmas. Some of it is also exported to the likes of South America, Dubai, or Japan, and Germany is a popular place as well. But even that, in Ireland, I couldn't find it in the supermarket. So I thought, okay, turrón is around, we're talking about €7 for something like this, okay? The full chocolate with the bar, the full bar, €7. I'm going to make 2 today. That will be €14 I'll be spending. And it's not even the expenditure, it's that I cannot get it. And I thought, well, fine, I cannot go to Spain this Christmas, but I can bring Spain to me. So making this, I was tasting it last night, I have to say it's delicious. It brought me to memories of when I was small and my grandmother would have it at Christmas. So the same probably is going to happen to you. You are not going to be able to meet all the family like you would have done in previous times. Okay, how can you create that? How can you make this Christmas really memorable and create memories even if you are not together in the same room? Maybe it's cooking with your loved ones. Maybe it's trying recipes that you wouldn't have tried before. Saving money is one thing as well this year with the way things are going, are challenging financially. So how could you save money with your Thermomix? We'll be making things from scratch. Oh, and this song, I don't know, guys, if you know David Castro, he made a song during the first lockdown with this tune, and I love it. Every time I hear it, I want to dance. Okay, so this is now all cooked. That's my syrup, my coconut oil, and a little bit of cinnamon. It actually smells delicious. What we are gonna do, okay, we're gonna be pouring it into everything that we were measuring earlier. So let me put it. So as you can see, let me show you here. I use the thermal server as well because it keeps the heat really, really well. So I thought it would be a great idea. So all I have to do now, I'm going to follow the recipe, okay? So you see I'm following the same in Cookie Dough. When you search for it, you'll find it. And what the recipe is telling us is now pour into the dry mixture and just mix it really well. So now all will start combining together, and that's how later it will look like this after being, let me show you. That's how it's going to be with the little grains. So all we have to do is mix it well with the spatula, transfer to a prepared tray. So let me do that. So now that is well mixed, I have it here, a tray prepared already for the oven, and also my Thermomix baking mat, which actually, by the way, if you buy a Thermomix this month or you host a demonstration, you will get one. So make sure that you talk to your advisor, tell them that you want a baking mat, invite a few friends, and they'll be able to get you one as well. Let me put it in. And now it's just a matter of going into the oven. It's 160 degrees. Okay, do it. So you make a lot of quantity, as you can see. Let me show you. Because I made three of these glass jars when I made it. So let me show you. You see it there? So now what I need to do is I need to put it into the oven for 25 to 30 minutes at 160 degrees. So let me pop it into the oven. And it'll be cooking. So that is how easy it is to make granola. For those of you that haven't made it before, I highly, highly recommend it. And now what we're gonna make is the turrón. Turrón, the chocolate, almendras, and muesli or granola. So translated into English is chocolate, granola, and almonds, turrón or nougat. Nougat, the normal, we'll say the most popular one, is made always with toasted almonds, egg white, and honey initially, okay? There is different styles. There is one, for example, the turrón de alcatrón, but that one has the garlache. That one is made only with caramel. That is using the sugar stages in your TM6. It's a fantastic recipe, and I'll show you how to search for it. So when you go onto your Thermomix and you go and you search, we're gonna go and we're gonna look for turrón, Turron. Turrón will only show you recipes in the Spanish cookie dough or the Spanish countries, or the Spanish-speaking countries. So what you're gonna have to do is when you are in your Thermomix, and 1 second, let me type turrón. Okay, so when I have it turrón and I go search, initially it's not gonna show me anything because it's gonna say, no, there is no recipes. What I need to do is I need to go to my filters, and in the filters, if I scroll all the way very down to the end, instead of the UK, which is the one by default my Thermomix is linked to, I have all the other countries. It will show me 65 results. So you have here all the different recipes that you can make with cacahuetes or with biscuits, Oreo biscuits, or different, maybe with arándanos, which would be like the blueberries or cream. And the one we're gonna make today is the turrón de muesli, almendra, and chocolate. If you are in cookie dough, the recipe is going to be in Spanish in your Thermomix, or let me tell you, you can learn a language, or you could go into the cookie dough into Chrome, either on your phone if you have Chrome, or maybe the tablet or the laptop, and you'll be able to translate it into English or any language that you want. So it's a great way of using cookie dough to its maximum, because you get to over 60 or 70,000 recipes at this stage in any language, and you can travel the world from Asia, Australia, Canada, the States, South America, wherever it is that you want. France or Italy. Today, one of my clients was telling me, no, I'm not coming to Spain with you, I'm going to Italy. I'm making tomato sauce for my pizza later. Fantastic, you can go wherever you want, and that's one of the great things with Thermomix that you'll be able to do. Today we're gonna do this one, it's in Spanish. And as I scroll down, I can see the first few steps is going to be, as I was telling you, the Spanish turrón. The base is always almonds, toasted almonds or any nut, but particularly almonds is the most popular one. So I did that already. So instead of going step 1 and 2 and 3, I want to skip, and by going here directly into step 4, it jumps into step 4 already from the initial screen. I don't have to go next, I can go directly. And it's asking me for 200 grams of the granola. So I already have it here. Let me put it in. Okay, 100. So this is around 250, okay, of the granola. I go next. And what it's doing now is I'm going to be chopping it for speed 4 for 4 seconds. And you got it there. So this recipe is really easy and really, really yummy. So as you know, with the granola, everything that we use was plant-based. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these reserves. So I'm going to reserve it here in my other bowl. The next step is going to be the almonds that I toasted them earlier already. So I have them here. You put them in the oven for around 15 minutes and they get toasted really, really nice. So then you put the almonds. Okay. I go on next. And what it's going to ask me, in this case, we're going to be chopping for 6 seconds at a speed 4. So let me go with the dial all the way to speed 4. Okay, what else do I need to do? And you have got your Thermomix. I know a lot of people do, and unless you touch the screen or you press the button, or if you go to settings, you can also change the music to only 10 seconds because it comes by default unlimited, and I know that turns some of you crazy. But if you want to go and check the song from David Castro, it's a fantastic song, really good fun, and it'll get you dancing every time that you're cooking as well as waiting for your recipe. So my almonds are all crushed next to my granola. What else am I going to be doing? So the next step is going to be 200 grams of chocolate, and here is where I start getting a really good one. So I'm going to start with dark chocolate or milk chocolate, depends what you wanted. I went for milk chocolate. It's 50% cacao. That's what the recipe said. If you wanted to make a plant-based, go over 70% chocolate, 70% cacao, and then you will have it. I'm going to press, is it 200? Yeah. And 100 grams of white chocolate. If you wanted the plant-based, I was checking it yesterday in the supermarket. They also have the white chocolate, vegan if you want it, or just leave it out and just have the dark chocolate. The Spanish recipe would have, and this is the Spanish recipe of turrón, they have many different flavors. As I said, the original would have been egg whites and honey and the almonds. Nowadays, there is plenty different ones, some of them with the puff rice, or I love that one, the suchar, or maybe with different raisins or fruits. It's really, really good fun. So I'm going to go next. And I'm going to be doing is just chopping. So we're going to be, for 10 seconds only, speed 10. So really, really fast is the fastest speed that we're going to use. And it's going to really grind our chocolate. Let me show you. Fantastic. So we have that now. We're going to put it away. So this is my chocolate. White and dark chocolate. So let me put it to the side. So this is the very last step. We were chopping everything. We have everything ready. What we are doing next is where magic happens. So let me go next. We're going to have 50 grams of very soft olive oil, and I use the Italian oil that I found here in Cork. I really like that, this brand, Frazioni. So 50 grams, let me start adding with the oil. Always go to 45 and stop. And I'll tell you why in a second. Because what tends to happen is the oil, the density of the oil is a little bit higher, is different to the water. So when we are weighing, Thermomix tends to go in grams, okay? The water will be fine, it will register straight away. With the oil, it takes a split second. So sometimes you need to wait and then it will go up. So instead of going and stopping at 50 and then it goes to 55 and you're like, damn it, I got it wrong. Try to go 5 less, and then that way will just allow you to have the correct amount. And I can see, David, you are in. Lovely to see you. We have to show people that song. It's fantastic what you did. So we're going to be heating the oil, and it's going to be for 2 minutes. for 60 degrees because we're going to be warming up the oil, okay? So then we can temper the chocolate, which is one of the great things with the Thermomix. The minimum temperature is of 37 degrees, which is what we use to temper in chocolate. In that case, what happens is, I find very interesting, okay? And if you want to follow Jamie Turner from Cook with Jamie, because her book, I Love Chocolate, I Love Thermomix, I love that book. The amount of chocolatiers that use the Thermomix to make their own chocolates. That book will show you so many recipes, from tempering chocolate to making ganache, to making buttercreams, different cakes, and who doesn't like chocolate? That's one of the things, okay, guys, when we are talking about health and healthy food. A lot of people will say, okay, Sarah, but what about healthy? Healthy food could be only vegetables and fruits, if that is what you are and you want, fantastic. But for me, health is a little bit more than that. It's knowing exactly what I'm putting into my body, knowing exactly where the product comes, if it's organic, if I know even the farmer that makes it, and I knowing exactly the quantities, and knowing that there is no additives, no conservants, no letters. Like, to give you an example, I made yogurt the other day in the Thermomix with the granola. Actually, it was a great recipe. If you haven't tried it, the Australian one, natural yogurt, you make it on the bowl, okay? You heat up the milk and have it cool down to 45, 40 degrees, and then you cook. You leave it overnight in the fermentation mode for 8 hours. So when you get up in the morning, the bacteria has been fermented, and you have a fantastic yogurt that will last for 1 week. Okay, when you go to the supermarket and you buy Greek yogurt, have you ever checked how long it lasts for? A lot more than a week, right? So in that case, you need to be conscious of what exactly you are putting into your body. If it's lasting that long, the same with the bread. I make my own bread, the pão de agua, the Portuguese one. Try that recipe, it is fantastic. Everybody that I know and I have shared it, they all love it. That recipe, that bread, a couple of days, and it will go hard from you. When you buy bread from the supermarket and it lasts for weeks or maybe a week even, what does it have to be so soft and moist for so long? And letters, when there is letters, I don't understand them. There shouldn't be letters in food. So, okay, next is gonna be, we're gonna put the chocolate. This is the end now. We're nearly there. So all my chocolate, the white and the dark chocolate, I'm gonna mix it with the hot oil, okay? So we'll melt it. And as I was saying, the fantastic thing of Thermomix would be, if you wanted to temper your own chocolate, make a ganache, for example, is fantastic. So we're gonna put it here. In this case, it's gonna be for 2 more minutes at 37 degrees at speed 3. So again, the 37 is the temperature for tempering chocolate. One thing I have found really interesting with the Thermomix is because you control the temperature at all times, you get the optimal time. So when you're here on the couch, how do you know when it's cooked and overcooked? It's a split second, and you don't know unless you have a thermometer and you're checking it, and then you're here checking it, which now I can go and do my own things, and when I come back, particularly if you're working from home, a Thermomix is fantastic because you get to do a couple of things. When you come back, your lunch is ready. But that's the thing. If you wanted to know exactly when it was cooked or not cooked, you have to be checking every 5 minutes. With the Thermomix, it's such a great machine that the German guys in Borbeck are fantastic, so creative and so intelligent to be making something that at all times I know the temperature. So what I have found, and if you want to try, there's a couple of recipes that I think is a fantastic example. The soups, for example, the colors, how vibrant. The red pepper and tomato soup, I love that one, Jenny. I keep talking about it to everybody because you see the colors. You see how creamy it is as well when you are making the soup by blending it in your Thermomix, because that's one of the things. Okay, so that's soup. You're chopping, so no more crying, guys, if you don't want, okay? Unless you want to cry chopping onions, but no more crying. You put them there, you chop them. You also saute them because you are frying them as we have temperature. You are then cooking the soup, okay, with the stove and the water, and then you're blending it. You know exactly at all times the optimal amount of time and temperature. So the result is just unbelievable. And that's one example. If you wanted to do the sous vide or with the fermentation as well with the yogurt, it's always really good. It's restaurant quality food. And a lot of the restaurants have it. I love Greens here in Cork. They have a couple of Thermomixes. When they're making their sauces, they find that are really, really good for them. So, okay, now my chocolate is nearly 5 more seconds. Tempering. Who's gonna be making the turrón today? Come on, who's gonna go to the supermarket and try to make it? It's really good. So now the chocolate, all we need to do is mix with everything that we had earlier. So remember I was telling you the granola and the almonds. So all I need to do is mix them in my Thermomix, place them here. And also the community, like there is a fantastic Thermomix community all around the world. In Australia, I know it's very popular, but the same in Spain, in Italy, France, Poland is huge. We have a great community of police advisors in my team here in Cork, and it's very fun to learn from other people. And all we're doing is 10 seconds, no temperature this time. All we're doing is mixing everything. It's reverse. So the Thermomix have one part of the blade is sharp and it will chop, but if you go anti-clockwise, that reverse is blunt, so it doesn't cut. So in this case, all it's going to do is mix all for me. So if you're making risotto, that's why the risotto is so good and it doesn't chop the grain. It's because it goes anti-clockwise with the blunt side. What I need to do now is speed 2 for the next 10 seconds. It's going to mix what we have inside, the dark chocolate or milk chocolate, the white chocolate, the granola that we made. Remember, we made that at the start of the class, for this Instagram live, and a little bit of oil. So my Thermomix is telling me it's done. I'm done. Okay, pay attention to me. Let me show you. This is what we have. You see now? Okay, so what we need to do now is I'm gonna give you a couple of tips. You can go and buy fancy boxes where you can put it, or you can have containers, or even, you know what, the Tetra brick pack, when you buy the milk, cut it in half. That will be fantastic shape. And don't make it really thick. We're gonna put around this amount. I'll show you. So this is the one I made the other day. And then you can buy, you know, these fancy boxes I bought. So I'm gonna be given to friends and family for presents. Now, this one didn't have raisins or fruits. What I'm gonna do, this one was only what you just saw, the granola, the chocolate, and the almonds. And you can see there's little bits of almonds there. You see it? Okay. Now, for this other one, because I really wanted to try it, I also got a few cranberries and raisins. So I'm going to put a few of them, not many, okay, not many, because maybe some of you might not like it that much. This is going to make 2 chocolate bars. Just make sure you put parchment paper or baking paper. So then when after 30 minutes, I think it is, let me check it, is 30 minutes in the fridge, more or less. Yeah, 30 minutes. It will get really hot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix it, and we're making 2 bars of chocolate. So this will be around 14, 15 euros. And I can tell you, I didn't spend that much yesterday when I was doing all my shopping. So you can see straight away how much money you could save by making things from scratch. It's a fantastic gift, so you can give to friends or neighbors, wish them a happy Christmas. And I can tell you, when I eat a little bit, it brings me back to memories of being in Spain and my grandmother making it for me, give me some. And yeah, it's a lot of chocolate, but come on guys, we need to have balance. We need to eat healthy, and that means having a balanced diet. So yeah, today I have chocolate. Tomorrow I'll go and maybe I'll run, or I'll go for a walk, or I'll practice some yoga. So if you want to practice a little bit of chair yoga, if you anybody that has reduced mobility, maybe in a wheelchair, or maybe working from home and they're at the computer all day and they need a stretch because their lower back or their shoulders are getting really tight, send them to me at flowwithme.com and I'll help them with your yoga. So now I have it. What I need to do is give it, so it's evenly distributed. Let me show you. You see how easy it was? We put it into the fridge for half an hour. It'll get really hard. And look, you have a fantastic present that you could give to someone if you wanted. Put it maybe a ribbon I had here ready. Give it as a present, maybe to a neighbor, to a friend. Tell them that you were thinking about them, that even though we are separated, we all remain together. Thank you so much. I'm Sarah from Flow With Me, and it has been a pleasure to take over today the Instagram live from Thermomix UK and Ireland, being the only, I think, Irish person that is going to be in this. Next week, you'll have another advisor that he will show you fantastic recipes and inspire you this Christmas. Make it, yes, it'll be different, but again, it can be a fantastic day. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me from all around the world. It has been fantastic having you here. I hope you learned a little bit today. And again, think about Spain. Bring it a bit. I'm going to have a bit of this again later and bring me back to Spain. How can you bring the country, the situation, the feeling? How can you create that feeling yourself in the kitchen in the next few days? Have a fantastic time, and I'll speak to you soon. Thank you so much.